Hey guys, so today I'm going to be demoing this Holbein Acryla Gouache 5 mixing colors set. There are 5 20 milliliter tubes in this set, and let's open it up. So here are the colors. So they give you primary yellow, primary magenta, primary cyan, primary black, and primary white. I did a little bit of research and I think they actually specially made a special black and white just for this set, so they have a primary color of everything. So on the back here they have a mixing guide. So basically they tell you how many parts to how many other parts, so how many parts magenta to yellow you need to make the specific color that you see here. So the box really doesn't offer much in the way of expectations. They did give me a brochure that touched on that, so I'll actually talk to you guys about that as I'm doing the illustration in the Speedpaint portion. So let's go ahead and get on to the swatches to see how opaque these are, because from what I understand these are actually pretty opaque. So I'll see you in a second. Alrighty, so first up we're going to be testing cyan. Next up is magenta. Here is yellow. And last up is white. So as you can see, these are very pigmented, very beautiful, and they are opaque. The reason this one isn't as opaque is because I accidentally added a little bit too much water to that. So that's why that one's a little not as opaque as the rest of them. But here you have it. Now when these dry, these will dry very matte, and they should dry with no brush strokes. That's at least what they claim. Alright, now I want to show you how these mix, because I was playing around with these and I thought they mixed very well together, and instead of just showing you in a picture, I decided I will show you kind of separately. Alright, so I'm just going to make 3 little puddles of the colors. So I'm just going to kind of do like a little triangle of all the colors so we can kind of get them ready to be mixed. And of course black and white are easily mixable just like these are, but for the sake of just reviewing purposes, I'm only going to do these colors. Well, I might actually do the other ones. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to take 1 part magenta to 1 part yellow and mix it together, and it makes this very pretty orangey color. It's like a red orange, and the more yellow you add to this, the more orange this becomes. So like here you get a really pretty pumpkin-y orange. Next I'm going to be mixing a little bit of magenta to a little bit of blue. Or cyan, sorry. This makes a wonderful purple. And depending on what you add more of, you're either going to get a very vivid purple like this one, or you're going to get a blue purple, a red purple. Really depends on how much you vary the color, but you can get various shades of purples with that. Alright, lastly I'm going to mix blue with yellow. And you get a very nice, leafy, rich green. I love how this turns out. I think this is my favorite mixed color that you get from these. Very, very beautiful. And since they're so similar to watercolor, you can actually add water to dilute them a little bit. They're basically, to me anyway, they're like an opaque watercolor. Alright, so now that you see how these are mixed, now we can go into the illustration and I'll talk a little bit more about these, and I hope to see you there. Alrighty guys, so let me just go ahead and start by saying these come in 107 colors. They come in 20 milliliter and 40 milliliter tubes. They are visible over dark surfaces and they are light fast. White is extremely opaque, as you saw earlier in my swatch. They're extremely vibrant colors. I feel like they're some of the most vibrant gouache paints I've ever used. I really enjoy the packaging. The packaging seems very simple, but yet it does its job well. It's a very just simple box, and I really enjoy that. Like I showed you earlier, the mixing chart is on the back, and is pretty accurate. I actually tested some of them out, and they're pretty accurate. There's really no color shift between when it's wet and when it's dry. It does activate with water when wet, like you can use it as a watercolor wash, but beware, if it's dry, you cannot reactivate that with water. It dries pretty fast. It's not like super duper fast, but it's pretty fast. It does dry matte, as I said earlier, and sometimes they have brush strokes. I know they claim to not have brush strokes, but I've found, unless I'm just not using enough water or something, that if you're using it pretty thickly, it will have brush strokes. They also mix pretty well together. All in all, I really have to say that I love the Holbein Acryla Gouache. I think they're super fun to use, and especially this introductory set, I think it's very great for mixing, learning your colors, learning how they mix, and cyan, magenta, and yellow are great starters, along with, obviously, black and white. And I really just like how it all flows together. They're super pigmented, they don't feel cheap. I mean, I don't think I could have asked to test out a better gouache. Now, I will have you know that these were sent to me for free. I am doing a review, but my opinion is not being influenced. If I didn't like the product, I would let you know. I really hope you liked this video and this little doodle of a girl waking up from a very long slumber. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know, what did you think of these paints? Do you think they're worth it? Do you think they're awesome? And did you like my little doodle? Don't forget to follow me on DeviantArtPageWorld, Twitter, and Instagram. All of my links are down in the description below. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to our cute little artist family. I put out a new video every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and 2 new videos each on Tuesday and Friday a month. And until next time guys, toodaloo!